All right, match 5 with Eldrazi Poultice. And we are going to win a match, or maybe just a game, or maybe nothing at all. We'll see. So we have everything we need here except for a 0-drop artifact and a bunch of lands. Unfortunately, we're on the play, and we have no card selection to find those lands. So I think it will take too long. So I'm going to mulligan. This hand looks a little bit better. Hopefully ponder into another combo piece. Our opponent also mulligans. We do not want that island. And they put a card on top. Alright, so we need a Golem Foundry, but we do not need these other 2 cards, obviously. So do we want to wait at least 4 turns to find our creature? I don't think we do, so I'm going to have to shuffle this. Apostle's Blessing. Opponent goes bottom, bottom, preordain. And we find our own. Nettle Drone is good, and Preordain is good, so we'll take both of those. Battered Golem as well. Alright, that's literally everything we need. We'll take all of these cards, please. So now we have the combo. We play Battered Golem and Herbal Poultice. We Banishing Knack the Golem and keep on bouncing it over and over again to continually trigger the Nettle Drone. We will start off with Nettle Drone or Battered Golem. Let's go with the Golem. Looks like we might be playing against Acid Trip here. Apostle's Blessing is nice against the card Reality Acid, if we can do it in response to the Reality Acid. Lone Missionary doesn't do anything, luckily enough. Come on, untapped land? Not an untapped land. It would be nice because then we could hold open Blessing. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and do this. They cannot pull off the Reality Acid and Pick It Up combo on their turn. They don't have enough mana. They need 5 mana to do all of that. So I think I just want to go for it now instead of trying to wait for a land. Alright, there's Reality Acid. And I think we're about to win a game. Alright, here it is, folks. The combo. I'll let you see a little bit of this, and then I will speed up the clock and fast forward to when our opponent is dead, if they decide not to concede. And always yield to this. And our deck is finally doing what it's supposed to do. I'm so excited. Alright, and our opponent has realized that we have the combo, but we'll do it for them a couple times if they want to verify that this does indeed work. Ping, return, and so on. Hopefully our opponent doesn't make us go through all 23 pings, because that would be a little bit annoying. Alright, cool. They concede. So we finally won a game. It might not mean we win a match, but we did win a game, which is very nice. It would have been very depressing to just go 0-10 in games throughout the whole league, despite having a subpar deck. So let's go to sideboard. So against Acid Trip, Pyroblast is good to combat Reality Acid and counterspells that they might sort sideboard in. Apostle's Blessing kind of does the same thing while also protecting against Journey to Nowhere and Oblivion Ring, though. So Apostle's Blessing might actually just be better. I think what we're mostly afraid of would be Journey, Oblivion Ring, possibly Face Fetters, and Reality Acid. And Apostle's Blessing deals with all of those pretty nicely. After you're trapped under Oblivion Ring or Journey, Apostle's Blessing is not good, but it is good if you can do it in response. We don't really care about their instant speed interaction unless they sideboard in Counterspell or potentially Holy Light to deal with the Nettle Drone. So I think I'm going to cut all of these Dispels. And for my last card, I will have, let's say, a Pyroblast. And we'll submit this. Alright, we have 3 parts of our combo and 3 lands, so we will keep. Opponent leads off with Preordain, top and bottom. And I think I will just play a tap land and wait a turn so we can do the Ponder into Evolving Wilds trick next turn. They go bottom with Preordain, but they do have a land to follow up with. Alright, we already have a Banishing Knack, we already have a 0-drop artifact. I suppose we could take a Preordain with this, and then fetch. That seems fine. Plan on casting Preordain next turn, most likely. We could also just run out the Nettle Drone, but that's probably not a good idea until we have protection. Reality Acid or Swiftwater. Okay. I guess we'll go get a red here. Although that doesn't line up very well with needing lots of blue mana for Preordain into negate. Alright, let's start with Preordain. Banishing Knack, Island. Don't want either of those. Swiftwater Cliffs. So I can play another Cliffs, or I can play a land in Preordain. I think I need a land in Preordain again. Most likely the Swiftwater Cliffs is going to get picked up next turn. Alright, Retraction Helix. Preordain's for everyone. It's a third for our opponent, and we've already cast 2. Core Skyfisher. Picking up Reality Acid, kills our land. And we find a Golem. So we know they have Reality Acid in hand, unfortunately for us. Which I think means we should just go for it as quickly as possible. So here's the Golem, and hope they can't deal with it this turn. And if they wait to deal with it, then we could potentially use up one of these Banishing Knacks or Retraction Helixes. No, it's too late now, but we could use it just to bounce our own creature back to our hand again to get the Reality Acid to fizzle and fall into the graveyard. But they have a Journey instead. Play a Spellfist. I'd rather them remove that than the Nettle Drone. I can also eventually try to Banishing Knack or Retraction Helix the Journey to Nowhere on end step, if I really need the Golem back, and if I ever get a chance to. Another Journey takes down another creature. And we're falling far behind, so I'm just going to run out the Nettle Drone right into the face of the Reality Acid. Because unless our opponent has untapped land and another bounce creature, they might not go for it this turn. Face Fetters. Okay, can't do anything about that. I could eventually make it fall off with a Apostle's Blessing. Oh, another Nettle Drone. That's fun. Alright, Seagate Oracle. One trick that we could do is Retraction Helix our Nettle Drone, bounce our other Nettle Drone, play a Poultice, bounce a Journey to Nowhere, play a Poultice, bounce a Journey to Nowhere. And then they could replay both the journeys is the unfortunate part. So I think I actually have the win locked up here. And the reason is that I have an extra artifact trigger. So I can do this. Retraction Helix, this Nettle Drone. Bounce the Face Fetters. And luckily our opponent tapped out and can't do anything about this. Nettle Drone the face. Herbal Poultice untaps everything. Stack those automatically. And that should be game. We don't actually even need the other Herbal Poultice. So it looks like we won 1 match out of 5, which is probably about what can be expected with this deck. Given that we're running a 4-part combo that requires creatures to work, and most decks either have creature removal or counter spells. Our opponent's not conceding yet. I think they're not sure that I demonstrated the combo yet. So I'll just do this a couple more times. Okay, our opponent has conceded. And we had a good time. We got to show off a pretty silly, very, very fringe deck that I've never actually seen anyone try to pull off, even in a tournament practice room, let alone a league before, which I feel great about. We have a couple more resilient combo decks we can try out in the future, such as the Midnight Guard, Presence of Gone combo deck, Freed from the Real. They're both combos that are better than this, but I wanted to start off on this combo deck because people had requested it. It seemed kind of funny, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know the matches were pretty short because we lost very quickly, so if you didn't enjoy it, hopefully it didn't take too much of your time. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of this hilarious nonsense. And don't forget to email me or tweet to me, as described in the intro video, if you want to send me decks or deck ideas of your own for me to try out. Based on what you've seen me play this week, you know no deck can be too crazy or too bad or too fringe or too weird. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.